1952. Dorothy had been married for 22 years. Her husband still brought her flowers on a random Thursday. Nobody asked how she kept a marriage alive that long. Back then, there were rules. Nobody wrote them down. Everybody knew them. 5 rules. And the first one is the one nobody talks about anymore. Rule number 5. She made the house smell like something real. Soup on the stove, onions and butter, a roast in the oven. The moment he walked through the door, the house said, "Someone was thinking about you." Do you remember what your grandmother's kitchen smelled like? Drop it in the comments. Rule number 4. She never cut him down in public, not at the dinner table, not in front of the kids. Whatever needed saying got said at home, privately. She called it manners. Rule number 3. When he was quiet, she noticed and didn't force a conversation. She gave him space, set the table, and let the evening do its work. She called it paying attention. And all 3 of those rules had one thing in common. She wasn't waiting for him to change. She was protecting the atmosphere of the home. Rule number 2. She said thank you for the boring stuff. Fixing a door, getting up early, taking care of responsibilities. People stay where they feel appreciated. Are you ready for the top 1 rule? Rule number 1. They went to bed at the same time. No screens, no scrolling. Just 2 people ending the day together night after night, year after year. 5 rules, $0, no apps, a good smell at the door, a thank you over the sink. 2 people ending the day in the same place. Those weren't small things. For many couples, those were the whole marriage. Why these traditions disappeared and what we lost with them. None of these 5 rules vanished because people stopped caring about their marriages. They vanished because modern life quietly replaced them. One convenience, one distraction, one cultural shift at a time.
Rule number 5.
The smell of a real kitchen disappeared when fast food became a daily option and busy schedules made cooking feel like an extra task rather than a ritual. Frozen meals, delivery apps, and the pressure of 2 working schedules turned the kitchen from the heart of the home into just another room. The smell was never really about the food. It was about the signal it sent. I was thinking about you before you even walked in. That signal went silent. Rule 4. Never cutting him down in public eroded when oversharing became normalized. Talk shows in the 80s and 90s made airing private grievances look like honesty. Social media turned it into entertainment. Venting about a spouse online gets likes. Protecting their dignity in front of others gets nothing. No applause, no validation. So people stopped doing it. But dignity, once publicly damaged, is very hard to rebuild behind closed doors. Rule 3. Giving him silence when he needed it disappeared when silence itself became uncomfortable. Smartphones filled every quiet moment. The instinct to check, scroll, or talk replaced the older instinct to simply be present without demanding anything. A woman who could sit near her husband without filling the air was offering something rare: safety. That kind of patience got mistaken for indifference and slowly abandoned. Rule 2. Thanking him for the ordinary things faded when reliability started being taken for granted. Society began focusing on what was missing in relationships rather than what was quietly working. The man who got up every day and handled his responsibilities without complaint became invisible, expected, not appreciated. And people who feel invisible eventually stop showing up with the same heart. Rule 1. Going to bed at the same time was the last to fall, and it fell fast. The moment smartphones entered the bedroom, the shared ending of the day was over. 2 people in the same bed, in completely separate worlds. What used to be the quietest, most connected hour of the day, the check-ins, the soft conversations, the simple closeness, got replaced by separate screens and separate silences. Not the good kind. The deeper truth is this: none of these rules required a perfect marriage. They didn't require wealth or therapy or the right personality type. They required only consistency, the decision, made daily, to protect the small things. Because in a long marriage, the small things are never really small. They're the whole architecture. And when you remove them one by one, the structure doesn't collapse all at once. It just slowly stops feeling like home.
Nobody chose to let these traditions go. It happened gradually, invisibly, the way most important things are lost, not in a single moment, but in 1,000 small ones, each easy to miss. One skipped dinner, one ignored silence, one thank you that never got said. None of it felt significant at the time, but time has a way of turning small neglects into large distances. And one day you look up and realize the warmth that used to be there has quietly left the room. The good news is that none of it is complicated to bring back. It never required money. It never required perfection. It only ever required attention, a pot on the stove, a kind word in public, a moment of patience when silence felt heavy. Two people choosing the same side of the day to end on. These are not grand gestures. They never were. They are simply the decision, made over and over again, to show up for the person you chose. That decision is still available to anyone willing to make it. And attention, unlike so many things in modern life, is still free. These 5 rules are just a small piece of a much larger picture. There's a whole world of forgotten traditions, the ones your grandparents lived by without ever having to explain them. And we're going to walk through every single one. Habits that kept families together, rituals that kept homes peaceful, wisdom that kept marriages alive for decades.
Because sometimes the things that change our lives the most aren't the new ideas we've never heard before. They're the old ones we've forgotten. The world may have changed, but human hearts haven't. And some of the oldest lessons are still the ones we need most. If this felt like something you needed to hear, the next one will feel the same way. Follow now, because what's coming is worth waiting for.
That's how the Millers are using good home management to achieve a happier family life. Now, do you think they're successful?